time. Wait for him. Wait for him. Wait for him. Bam! Now we slide all the way downhill the weekend. Kids can get ready for school most places, and Debbie can take her shower. Where's our camel selfie for today, Mr. Producer? There he is. We've done this for 10 years and had two camel selfies in a row now. That's my pal Jessica Elliston with her camel selfie there, and we welcome yours too. Just send them on in to us, and we'll get them on as quick as we can. That's how we roll on another old hump day. And oh, my buddy Dan's in. He never misses hump day. He's got 27 different colors of hump day t-shirts that he wears all weekend long, folks. I tell you what, he is great. That's how we do it, guys.
And always a pleasure. Thank you. Camel selfies. You need to make one of those happen.
I was just thinking that to myself, as a matter of fact.
Dan Thompson does love him some camel. All right. Thank you, Dan. Well, Microsoft is introducing new forms of technology that they say will forever change the way you interact with your surroundings and advance the way you work with others at your job, on a group project, etc. This morning, I'm joined by our tech expert, Dan Thompson. We're talking about two programs in particular. We're talking about Hololens and Surface Hub. We showed the video in the tease, and I'm going, this is amazing.
Yeah, it's quite strange. So let's start with Hololens, because it's, you know, arguably the coolest piece of it. So if you remember the talk that we did about virtual reality, so the I just lost the name, the camel comment got me. Anyway, Oculus, there we go. Yeah. So if you remember the conversation we had about Oculus, so that was virtual reality. So that's, you see nothing of your environment. HoloLens, what it does is it's adding to your environment. So they call this augmented reality. So what Microsoft is suggesting is that one day we'll walk around with this headset that you're seeing here. What's interesting about it is you can fix things to places in your house, as an example. So like that TV you just saw, he could move that wherever he wanted to. With this example of the motorcycle, they're messing around with a 3D image of it, and then they take it to a physical here and then continue to work on it. So this is what Microsoft is envisioning. Yeah, it's totally crazy. This is what Microsoft envisions the workplace of the future, and this is totally out of left field. Like, no one saw this coming from Microsoft. A couple people were hanging around.
Why? You think they're behind the fray or something?
Well, I think they were trying to keep this under wraps because there's so much going on about virtual reality, and then now they just dropped this bomb. So this is legitimately cool. So this is looks sort of at a Minecraft game. Here's the applications that they're suggesting. So this is a plumber teaching a person who is not a plumber how to fix this is the trap on their drain. You could do all sorts of applications like this. Another thing they talked about in the preview was, how about surgeons? We could teach them to do an operation without them ever actually touching a human. So you've actually gone through the motions several times before you actually go in the operating room. Could be a totally interesting idea. Will it fly? Who knows? Another thing that was really cool about it that they just showed right there, what's interesting, and this is the spot right here, so you can build something in virtual reality, and then they have direct hooks into 3D printers.
Wow.
So you could build something for your kid, you know, like that rocket ship that they were showing, and then print it out in 3D. Totally, totally cool. So will it fly? We don't know yet. Obviously, Microsoft's saying it will release sometime around the same time that Windows 10 will, which is probably sometime mid-year this year.
So honestly, you would have an office of people all going like this with goggles on, and if you don't have the goggles on, you're like, what in the world are they doing?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. You have to have the headset, obviously, to see it. Microsoft envisions us sort of replacing a display on your desk with this headset that you wear on your head.
That is insane.
Pretty wild. Pretty wild. Definitely futuristic.
3D printers it's so hard for me to even comprehend, but this is...
Yeah, it's next level. Definitely next level.
Okay, now let's talk about Surface Hub.
Yeah, so Surface Hub is sort of a, you know, if you remember the smart boards from many years ago, Surface Hub sort of takes that idea to the next level. So it is a 87-inch 4K display. It's touch. You can draw on it. And then they've also integrated Skype for Business. So Microsoft, a year or so ago, bought Skype. They've now integrated it with their Link program, which was their instant messaging program. And so now you can do voice chats, you can do, you know, text chats, and then now you can collaborate together. So in this demo here, you can see they just pulled up a person there, a couple people on the left. Those people can see the screen the same as the people in the room. So when you think about like collaborative meetings where you're going over a design or you're going over some new plan and you want everybody to see the same thing and be able to collaborate, so like draw, make notes, that sort of thing, the Surface Hub will enable that. Totally cool device. Have no idea how much it's going to be. I'm imagining that since there's a 4K display involved and a very large one at that, that it's going to be probably pretty pricey, but really neat technology. You could see the applications in schools, in business, everywhere. Very, very neat stuff.
The way we're going, no one is going to have to leave their homes in 20 years.
I know, and that's, well, I mean, wouldn't that be cool, right?
Wouldn't it be cool?
Yeah, I mean, I would love
weird.
that. Well, see, here's the practical application, or at least from Dan Thompson's viewpoint, is that I could work from Sri Lanka, and you could be here in Knoxville, and we could collaborate, and then I could go do whatever I want to do.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm going to start anchoring from home here soon.
There you go.
Thanks, Dan. We'll be right back with your national headlines.